Hello, it's Liz from Old Stables Crafts. How are you? It's Thursday. I'm live. I've got my notification. All good. So for those of you who don't know, I am Liz Yuille. I trade in inverted commas as Old Stables Crafts. Just trying to find what you're seeing. That's better. Oh, it's a very long delay today. Don't like it when it's a long delay. Anyway, I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in the UK, working across the UK, France, Germany, Austria, the Netherlands, Belgium and Ireland. It's what I get to do all day. And on Saturday, so in 2 days' time, for anyone who's local to Oxford, I will actually be having a table at Dunelm in Oxford, well, Botley. I'm starting at 9. I'll probably finish about 4 because I think by then my energy will have died. But yeah, so if you happen to be in the Oxford area on Saturday morning, I would love to see you. So who have we got? We've got Judith. Hello, Judith. Hello, Shaz. Hello, Pam. You are on time. Hello, Marlene from Wisconsin. Another chilly day with you. Hello, Deborah. And it's lovely that you are catching me live. And today I'm using Legendary Live and the Let's Ride paper, which is gorgeous and isn't just for men. I'm going to have to cough. Hello, Helen from a very cold Michigan. Oh, yeah, we're beginning to. We're coming out of our really cold, I think. I mean, we'll go back in. Let's get real. Hello, Linda. So what's our weather forecast looking like for the next few days? Actually not too bad. Lots of sunshine. No rain. I think the garden might be wanting some rain by the time we finally get some. Hello, Tina. Hello, Lorna. Yeah, we've gone from one extreme to the other. We went from very wet to then very cold, and we're now very dry. Although having said that, hubby and I were out walking yesterday late afternoon and it was spitting. I'm going to loosen my voice a bit. With T2T, they're leaving the UK. Very sad. Excuse me. I have a very dry throat. I've not been talking all day, so I don't know why. I think we're slowly coming out of our cold in Georgia. Good. I'm glad about that, Deborah. I'm not very good in the very cold weather. Everything goes very dry. I used to not have dry skin and now I do. I think it's called age. Anyway, I'm going to flip the camera down so we can have a look at what we're playing with today. There we go. Now do remember that if you're enjoying what you see, a thumbs up and a share is always appreciated. And if you're watching on replay, and it will say replay in the heading, if we're on replay, and also on the thumbnail it'll say replay. You can always leave questions or comments below the description bar, but if you're logged in whilst we're live, you can join on the chat, which is always fun. So Legendary Live, I haven't even stuck the stickers on. How bad is that? I meant to do it before we went live. Yeah, because I've got this function event at Dunelm on Saturday. It's a thing that all Dunelms do. Now Dunelm is a homewares store in the UK. It's a bit like Target, I guess, but on a smaller scale. Thank you, Lorna, for doing a like and share. But yes, the nearest I can think of that I think will be across most of North America would be Target, but very much more a smaller scale. Dunelm it's inexpensive homeware. Mother Nature must need some Prozac. The weather is so all over the place. And yeah. So yes, so I've got this event in Dunelm on Saturday, and what they do, they're doing it across, I think they're all their stores in February. They ask local businesses. I'm just going to do a quick, this is how you put the stickers on the back of your stamps. I will probably do more as we go along. So I just peel both bits off and then attach. I do have a quick look to see if the stamp has been cut slightly off and try and adjust, but this actually looks pretty accurate. So for this princely sum of £10 as a donation to their charity, thank you, Shaz, for doing a thumbs up. So their charity at the moment is Mind, which is mental health charity for those of you who are outside the UK. So I donate £10 to Mind on the day and have a table for as long as I want during Saturday. The call went out earlier this month, earlier in January, and I was lucky enough to get a table, so that's good. And because it's during Sale-a-bration, yay! Hello, Claire. These are the dies. So we've got dies that go with the flames, the motorbike, the smaller motorbike, the spanner. That I think is just a wheel and tyres and things. So the rest make up, make up bits of a motorbike. Oh, and we've got a die for that as well. So yeah, probably play with some of that as well. But obviously we can cash and carry, as demos, we can cash and carry kits, and I seem to have rather a lot of kits. So I'm using it as an opportunity to see if I can sell some kits and also advertise what I do. So these are the papers. I'll do the A sides first. So we've got this lovely floral, which is why I say it's not just for men. We've got tire prints, and it's this wonderful black foil. So really lovely. Spanners, bolts, no, nuts, checkerboard, and kind of star, 4-point star. Hello, Tina from Maryland. And then if I go back the other way, we've got, it's always Route 66, isn't it? Anyway, road signs. Again, that kind of 4-pointed star in pumpkin pie. So this is soft suede pumpkin pie. Hello, Priscilla. I'm guessing that's kind of Arizona, Texas roadside cafe kind of diner thing. Some cards that you can cut up. Love this. Vroom, vroom. So some of these will be really quick to make up cards, particularly if you need a quick card for a man. So obviously leathers and helmets and boots and stuff, and then motorbikes. Now let's see whether, suddenly got Gilbert Sullivan going through my head. Yes, so that will die cut. Will it? It'll die cut some. It won't die cut all, but it'll die cut. Yeah, some of them, but not all of them. Will it do that one? No. So it'll die cut that image, which is 1, 2, 3. I think it's only 3. But you can do 4. So there's 4 images on one sheet that you can die cut, I think, if I've counted correctly, but fun nonetheless. How does that go back on? Can't remember how that came off. Let's put it on that way round. So the colours are pumpkin pie, soft suede, very vanilla. We don't often see very vanilla. I had to get a new pack of very vanilla out of my drawer. Basic grey and basic black. So that's our colour scheme. Now I thought I would start really. Oh, there's more. There's not. In fact, there's 2 more things. There is a 3D embossing folder. Can I find the one that I need? but there is a 3D embossing folder, which inevitably is going to be a 6x6, and I'm looking at the, oh no, there it is. So a 3D embossing folder, which is those kind of star things. And there is also, can I find them quickly? Probably not, knowing my luck, but there are stickers too. Where have you gone? I found nothing but when I was looking earlier. No, yes, there we go. That's what I was looking for, which I actually have 2 bits of. And it actually, in a way, goes with one of the, is it the Good Times kit? Is that what we call their kit? Can't remember. Anyway, one of the recent kits. So, quite a lot of things to play with. But I'm going to start with some really quick cards, because I'm going to make the most of that, what in scrapbooking terms would be called a cut apart. And it's on the paper that's got the nuts, so it's not exciting as paper goes. Just checking that nothing naughty is happening. Nope, that's all right, because sometimes I get messages during a live to tell me that something weird's going on with my stream. So I have pulled out the silver foil as well, because I may, if we get time, see if I can build a motorbike. Hello, Steffi! You believe the pattern's called a diamond plate? Thank you, I knew someone would know. But thank you. Thank you. So, cut apart sheet, really easy. You just cut it apart. And you can line up the straight lines in your trimmer and simply cut them apart. Now, I'm going for this one first, and I think I'll go for that lovely scene as well. Now, if you get what I've done, I've got a very a kind of narrow edge where I've got the pattern above showing. I would probably take my scissors to trim that down. Hello, Suzanne. The other one that I want is this one, which annoyingly is not exactly 6 inches in from the edge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, so I want that one and I want that one. I'm going to use the embossing folder to make some backgrounds. Yeah, I'm just going to trim that down. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it now on there, so I will use my snips. But there are limits to what your trimmer can cut away. If you've got a guillotine, then a guillotine would be good to get this little tiny bit that's not really meant to be there off, because that will annoy me. So yes, I'm going to run some paper through the embossing folder and do simple cards for these two. I will, of course, be doing some fussy cutting because it's me. So just be aware. Fussy cutting warning, it's there. Those are fine. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some Very Vanilla, and this is the thin Very Vanilla. Hello, Lee from Virginia Beach in Virginia. Yes, Virginia Beach in Virginia. So I've got 2 sheets of the vanilla, because what I'm going to do is just cut some standard layers. And I find that I can get 2 sheets through my trimmer at the same time if it's the thinner card. So in basic white and Very Vanilla. I wouldn't do 2 sheets of any of our coloured card or the thick card. So pop that away and get the diamond pattern. Thank you, Steffi. And my big cut and emboss. And I need my sandwich for a 3D embossing folder is my number 1 plate and my number 4 plate. So I need a piece of that. And it doesn't really matter which way up I do it because I can turn over the paper. So hinge in first and simply wind. Hello, Deborah from Michigan. Oh, we've got a couple of you from Michigan today, I think. And there is, let me see if you can see that. Oh, I know what I can do as well. See, lovely 3D embossing. And I've just had a thought about something else we can run through. So let me tidy that up for a moment because I'm thinking we could, so we've got, I've got another packet of this, but I'm thinking one of these might work, possibly this one. Yes, that would. I don't think the other one would, but this would. So I'm going to run silver foil through on that diamond pattern. I'm so pleased I now know what it's called. When you make cards and pick a stamp set, do you specifically have? No, never have anything in mind, Deborah. I just see what happens. Hence, I'm going to turn this over because it's going to be blinding. Hence, I'm changing what I'm using halfway through the live. I might, to say that, sometimes I do. It really depends on the day and what I've been doing earlier in the day and just how things have been going. So for the lives, it tends to be just a stream of consciousness. But yeah, it's sort of a stream of consciousness, otherwise known as just general madness, I think. So let's see what this looks like, having been embossed. Now, the silver foil is quite what I would call blue. It's got a blue hint or tinge to it. So it's not ideal for using with a vanilla background. I would tend to go more towards the gold for that. But I'm going to see if I can get it to work. Right, so let's get that out. Let's pop these away. I mean, I had a vague idea about what I wanted to do today. Look at that. I'm sorry, but is that not stunning? Look, stunning. If we have black foil still, I mean, I have still got some black foil, but if we officially had black foil, I would probably use the black foil because we've got black foiling. Hello, Marlene, and hello, Marty from Massachusetts. Oh, thank you, Marlene. Yeah, it's just, as I say, stream of consciousness. So I'm literally thinking I'm going to put that on there. And I don't think it really needs much more. I'm looking at ribbons and there's nothing that's jumping off my shelf at me. And I'm not even going to bother with a sentiment. Now, what I will be doing, because this is, I'm guessing 3x4, yeah, it's not the right dimensions for to get an even margin all the way around. So I'm going to pop it up. Now I do this quite often. I push things up the page so that the wider bit is at the bottom. So I'm going to grab some pumpkin pie card. Oh, and I should say we are on page 68 of the January to April. I get really confused about what we're calling this catalogue, because although it's called the January to April catalogue, it actually runs until the beginning of May. So I find it very confusing. Ooh, Steffi, it's called a metal plate 3D embossing folder. Oh, so Deborah, yeah, if I'm thinking, one of the things I find really good about doing lives is that I have to make decisions. Now, I'm a great follower of Shimelle Lane, who is a scrapbooker, and her YouTube channel is just Shimelle. And she has a really good mantra, I think, that she lives by, which is, once you've found something that works, use it, rather than going to see if you can find something that would work better. If it will work, use it. And lives I think of as being very much along that line. If I spent the whole hour going, shall I use this or shall I use that? A, you wouldn't join, and B, it would be so boring. So they do actually force me into making decisions. So the only question I now have is, do I want a vanilla border around there, or do I want a vanilla border around there? And I think that's what I want. I think I want a vanilla border, very narrow vanilla border around there. But yes, so if I'm just crafting, trying to come up with ideas, it will take me all day. That's useful. But I don't let it happen on a live. Hello, Mary. So I'm just going to pop this so that it's got a very narrow edge. And so yes, it's whether it will do, and I mean, I use the word do in the nicest sense. I don't mean that it would be second best, but you may spend hours trying to come up with a different idea, only to find that the first idea was the best idea anyway. It's not beautifully even, but it'll do. So yeah. And even putting the kits together. So I'm trying to, because I've opened all of the kits that I've got. No, that's wrong. Because I've opened at least one of each of the kits, is what I'm trying to say. I wanted to make sure that I had samples of each of the cards. And even doing that, it's been taking me so long. And all I've got to do is follow instructions. Shouldn't take that long. But there we go. So now this isn't going to need much else because it's got this lovely foil. It's got a lovely image. I'm throwing my dimensionals around, which is not ideal. So yeah. You'll find that some days I will have prepped properly for a live, and I'll even have bits cut. And then there's every other day. Right, my mini bin. Isn't it nice to every now and again use vanilla rather than white? I mean, don't get me wrong, I do like white as a base colour, but equally I like vanilla. Ooh, and I will probably do it as an unboxing tomorrow. I have got the new wreath kit, literally just arrived, and the items that as demos we can pre-order, the online only stuff. Thank you, Janet. But yes, it's just a bit different, but I think it works. It will need a liner. I am going to put a liner in. I know, it's me and everything. I don't honestly think that any of the images there go with this card, possibly that one, but I think I'll just be putting in a piece of paper. So where did I put the rest of the cut apart? Where have you gone? There you are. So let's get the rest of the cut apart and see what we've got that I am unlikely to use, but that might work. Or I just put on... I don't think I'm ever going to use Vroom Vroom, so I think I'm just going to cut a strip, and yes, it's long enough, and pop that on the inside of the card. I'm going to trim that annoying little bit off the edge because I don't like that. Don't like that bit. That's annoying. That bit. I actually have to get some vanilla. Really? Oh, I always have vanilla in stock. I often struggle as to when I should use vanilla cardstock. I would tend to only use vanilla cardstock when there is vanilla in the paper, or if you're not pairing it with paper. I probably got away with one row of those, but anyway, I've got two now. If you're not using paper, I would do it with anything earthy. So I would look at the colours, because I would think of some colours as being blue and some colours as being warm, so cool and warm. And if it's a cool colour, I would use white, and if it's a warm colour, I would use vanilla, or you could, you don't have to, but you could. So I'm going to pop that on there, just trim it off the back. Vanilla or brown cardstock. Yes, so if you're using brown cardstock, I would be tempted to use vanilla. And if you're using cool colours, so most of the blues, quite a lot of the pinks actually are cool. Petal pink you could get away with vanilla, but I think that's probably the only one of the pinks that I would put with vanilla. The yellows you could put with vanilla. So there is our first card, nice and quick, cut apart. Second card coming up, equally going to be quite quick, and you know that is theoretically pale pumpkin pie. I'm going to see whether see, I think I could pair that with petal pink. One petal pink card base. It's almost like it knew it was going to happen. It didn't, by the way. Right, this is a scrappy scrap. No, it's a scrappy scrap that I've got to use on something else. That'll work. Right, okay, let's pop that back in there. So I'm going to do roughly the same thing again. And let's Now, I'm not convinced that many people are going to be buying this suite, because I think people are going to think that it's challenging, and it's one of the reasons I decided to use it today. It is challenging, particularly if you want to use it for non-masculine cards, but the majority of what I'm going to be doing today will be non-masculine. So this is basically going to be the same card that we've just made, just in a different colourway. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm going to just pop that on there. I might offset it that way and have the wider bit there. Or actually, now that I've got petal pink involved, I can bring that lovely, yes, okay. The mind is buzzing. Yes. Okay, so petal pink, that suede petal pink ribbon. Seal Plus, and I want it about there. No, not there, there, thank you, which is about there. So can you see how my brain works? As in, it doesn't. Oh, Linda, isn't it just a refreshing change from all the flowery sets? Although it does have flowers in, as we will be seeing very shortly. Now let's see, is that going to be about right? Yes, it is. Okay. So it's not totally straight. Shall we try that again? In fact, I'm going to do it by eye, because I don't think everything on this is straight, which is kind of what's putting me off. Right, so dimensionals again. Did I put them away? No, I didn't. I buried them instead. So, apart from the fact we're adding the petal pink ribbon, this is again going to be the same basic card as the one I made first. And it's going to go on here, and I am going to offset, but offset this way, so it's going to be in the on the left hand side of the card. I think there are a limit to the number of flowers you can have. It's definitely a masculine card for me, and not to my taste really. However, you did buy the bundle. Okay. Well, as I say, don't think it's just, I mean, it is a masculine suite, but I don't think we have to embrace the masculinity totally. And on the subject of not embracing the masculinity, and because we've introduced petal pink, let's bring out the elegant faceted gems. So we're still on that very masculine die cut embossing folder, but I'm going to try and make it as not masculine as possible. Okay. Couldn't decide which way to have my dots, and that's the way I want my dots. So we've got elegant faceted gems, which I think are about as far from masculine as we can get our embellishment. It is ideal if you know bikers, absolutely. Right, pop those back in my tin and fold my card base. Let's try and fold it so it's straight, which would be novel. There we go. Yep. then I'm sorry, I'm going to get the fussy cutting going. Where are we? 25.2. Okay. Now, if I was going to be putting a sentiment on either of these cards, it wouldn't be from this set. So there we go. Those are our first two cards. That one definitely feminine in my head anyway. I mean, my head's weird, but you know, hey. Right, let's get rid of that. Pop that back in its little home. Oh no, that's not its home, that's its home. Right, okay, so let me grab that first paper, which is this one. There is something I just need to very quickly check. Yep. So I had something in my head. Oh no, that's right. I've got another chiropractor appointment this afternoon. She's cracking my back like nobody's business. And for some reason I thought it was at 20 to 5 and it's not, it's at 20 to 6. And I just wanted to make sure I was aware of when it was. Right, okay, so I think I'm going to go, where am I going to go? I'm going to come this side. Oh no, maybe that side. I'm going to go in here. Now, some of these are very close together. So if you're cutting them out, do be aware that some of them are very close together. There we go. Right. Okay. So let me see if I can do super fast fussy cutting. So I like to do a rough cut first. And have I missed any? Love the diamond plate embossing folder. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's great. I have to agree, I was a floral for 15 years and I'm not fond of all the flower. The embossing folder is wonderful, Priscilla. It gives a... It's different, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Also, if I haven't got to be at my chiropractor until 20 to 6, that means I can have a walk. If it was 20 to 5, I wouldn't have had time for a walk. Goodie, because it's quite a nice day. So hubby and I are off our diet. We did our January diet. He lost over a stone, which is amazing. He only weighs himself in January. He doesn't weigh himself at any other time of the year. I don't weigh myself at all. I just, if he wants to go on a diet, I go on a diet with him. Hello, B. So we're playing with the Ready to Ride suite. And we've been discussing, do I plan my cards? I love the concept. As I say, sometimes I do. If I'm doing, so I quite often enter, there's a stamping through the catalogue on Instagram, and they will do, today we're featuring this stamp set, which I love because it then means I kind of get it out and use it. Those I will quite often plan, but for lives I will sometimes, but often not. Obviously for recorded, pre-recorded content, yes, I will have planned, but the lives I think are just fun to see what happens. This is going to be one step away from watching paint dry. In fact, it may be one step further than watching paint dry. But they are quite easy to cut out. Just have that imaginary line around the edge. Oh, B, do you know, is Jan coming to Michelle's thing in a couple of weeks. I think she was thinking about it, but I don't know if she's actually coming. So we've got a team get together with my upline. So that's one, and what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut these out and tuck under. So don't think that just because something's on the edge you can't use it. I love it for fussy cutting. They are perfect. And again, this is not going to be a feminine card, it's going to be more, not going to be a masculine card. I will do a motorbike card before we finish. Promise. After all, I've put the sticker on the back of the motorbike, so I've got to now. I actually find watching demos where everything is prepared quite challenging. Oh, okay. And Deborah quite enjoys watching fussy cutting. Okay. I've said it before, and I'm going to say it again, and you know what's coming. The trick with fussy cutting is practice. And if it goes wrong, what's the worst that can happen? It's only a piece of paper. It's not life and death. And actually, if you're worried, practicing on an edge piece may be the way to go, because it's not, this is never going to be a in the middle focal piece because it's got a straight edge. But you can use it to practice. And those people who take my box creativity in a box classes, I quite often, I mean, I don't know whether some of them have got the dies for the set or not. So I'll be saying, you know, if you haven't got the dies, fussy cutting. And I design cards around the fact that the paper can be used for fussy cutting. So either they're just buying the kits because they like the idea of buying a range of kits, or they're enjoying the fussy cutting, or maybe they've already got the dies, I don't know. Challenging equals boring. Oh, I love that. You enjoy watching other people doing it, but you find it boring. Okay. See, I could sit and fussy cut for hours. Nearly there. And then I'll actually make a card to go with it, because I have no idea what I'm doing with it. And short of whacking them onto another of the embossed pieces, I don't know. I will have a look at the B-sides and see what comes to mind. Right, so I've got my 3 pieces. I'm just going to have another, you know, thing. You plan always, but never get to the place you plan to get to. Fair enough. I think I saw Janice's name on looking forward to catching up. I hope she's coming, because I think she needs some her time. You make it look extremely easy. Janet, it's because I've practiced for years. Some of these cutaways could be used with the He's the Man DSP. They could, you're absolutely right. Not able to learn from them. Why they do something helps me. Not quite sure what you mean, Priscilla. I have a very difficult time fussy cutting as you're left-handed. Yeah, that can be a problem. I cut for relaxation, says Mary. You think you'll have some tea, do you, Deborah? Why not? I'm having some. This is tea, by the way. It's fruit tea. It's called Pumping Pomegranate. I'm making the most of it while it's still available in the UK. Because I am in mourning for tea too. Right, okay, so what have we got? I mean, obviously the B-side ain't, nah. That might work. That won't. That's the cutter part. Right, so I think I'm going to use that one. So it's not actually the embossed paper. It's just the paper that looks like it's been embossed. Right, okay, trimmer. And I'm going to go down a size. So this is going to be my second layer size. So it's 3 3/4 by 5.5. Obviously I'm using A4 cardstock. And basic grey, which I had out. There we go. Oh, let's see if I've got a piece of basic grey that I have already cut. Come on, basic grey. That looks remarkably like the right size. So we'll go that on that. Oh, that's a very... Not convinced that's straight. Oh no, it is. It is straight. Let's trim a teeny weeny bit more off here. In fact, I'm going to take a teeny weeny bit more off there. So I can use the piece of card I've already got cut. That's better. Right, okay, and that's going to go on a pumpkin pie card base, which we already have, with the black roses. We don't have black ribbon at the moment, do we? That's annoying. Never mind. Right, okay. Talking about when demos have everything prepared, it's not a great watch and teaches very little. That is a reasonable comment, Shaz. Yeah, I mean, if I had already embossed the pieces that I was embossing, I wouldn't have been going over what sandwich it is. It's kind of like the difference between taking an art class or being given a paint by numbers kit, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's that old adage, give a man a fish and he can eat for a day, show a man how to fish and he can eat forever, or something along those lines. Can't remember the exact thing, but that. I mean, I may not use all of this. Definitely want that. That's got to go there because of the way the rose is. I'm going to trim this down already because that's annoying me. Yeah, I mean, it's like I never edit my videos, the recorded ones, because you can't, I think it's just, yeah, I'm not a great fan of pre-recorded, you know, unedited pre-recorded. So that's going there, that's going, that might go there. Right, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I might not, but I think I do. So that goes there. And this, so that's in place, that can come down to there, and then this piece goes there, and this piece I'm going to pop up on black dimensionals, because I have black dimensionals here. got away with it. Just got away with it. Now this is only paper, so I'm being more generous with my dimensionals. My name is Bruno Bertucci. But yes, if this was card, I would have put half the number of dimensionals on. So the only thing I need to worry about with this is that I cover the straight edges. Which I can do just like that. Just like that. Not like that, like that. Sad, really sad. Okay, so that's going to go there. I'm going to grab those elegant faceted gems again, and I'm going to go for the opaque white because it's not really white. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's really white. Let's have a look. No, that works. That works. So although I have 6 gems, they're in clusters and there's only 3. Just sent a text to Jan to check what she's doing. Oh, bless you, Bee. Over and press, and because I've used this paper on the outside, I can use it on the inside. So I don't think I've got a cut piece. It's going to be quicker for me to cut it anyway. So it is slightly frightening that I'm putting liners in, but you know. Every now and again I go through a phase of doing liners, and this is clearly one of those phases. Very different and very pretty. Thank you, Janet. Come on, straight line. Okay, and then I am now going to get out the stamp, and in about 10 minutes I'm going to make a card with that motorbike stamp. So there we are, so that's that one. Right, let's cut that. Actually, we'll not cut that. Let's grab that stamp that I have put the sticker on the back of. And grab my Stamparatus. And because this is a red rubber, I don't need my foam base. Let's not put it sticky side down, Let's do that. And then yep, I can cut that down to whatever size I need. I'm going to grab basic grey. I'm going to use my stamp set as my Hujima flip. So let's ink this up. Grab my air hockey. Perfect first time. Had I not used the Stampparatus, it would have gone wrong, because that's just the way these things happen. Right. Okay. Where's that strip? There it is. So I'm going to do something slightly weird, just for a change. Which one do I want? Let's do that one. So I'm going to build the card and then trim it down. Is that very odd? I mean, it is very odd. So we'll have a tyre track. I think we'll go for, I won't stick the sticker on because I don't need to stick the sticker on for this. So we're going, you are legendary. That way. This may be a fatal mistake, not putting the sticker on. Oh, Inika, yes, it's that timing. Tyre tracks, yes, Deborah, gotta have the tyre tracks. Keep your fingers crossed for me. In fact, let's not be stupid. Let's see if I know that it's straight. Yes, right, okay. I know what straight looks like. So I'm bound to not do it straight this time. In fact, let's go back that way a little. Down a bit. Right a bit, left a bit. Fire! You are legendary, and it's crooked. It's fine. It's gonna be fine. It's going to be fine. Hello from the Netherlands, Inika. So a very, very fine line of glue. Go up a bit and down a bit. I think this isn't straight. I think that's the problem. It's all going to be a bit crooked. We're just going to accept it. So how come so few thumbs up? Oh, 14. Yes, not horrific. Right, okay, so I want that to end up about that size. So, as I say, this is going to be a crooked card. Oh! It's going to be a crooked card with a smashed bit. Let's go up, and then let's just cut the bit in between, shall we? In fact, what we'll do is we'll make it slightly smaller than I had intended, but it's fine. That's better. Yeah, it's horribly crooked. Can I straighten it? Not really. I'm just going to embrace the fact that it's crooked. It's going to be fine. It is honestly going to be fine. Right, basic grey. Onto a basic black card. And as I say, I'm just going to embrace the fact that it's crooked. Oops. So let's cut that first. Score it at 10.5. And throw a card together. So that's going to go there, and it is crooked. Never mind. It's fine. It's doing a wheelie. Ah, Judith, I think you've got the... Yes, you may actually have got a good point there. So you can only see one. I think it depends on how you're set up and the fact that it's live. So I can see 20 likes now, which is great, bearing in mind that we only had 31 people watching. It's down to 29 now, but that's fine. So that's going to go there, that's going to go there, and we're going to use some of the lovely, I thought I had them on my desk, I do, embellishments, some of these. And because we've already got tyre tracks going on, we can use a tyre track again for the inside of our card. I need that out because I need to cut another liner, I think. Oh no, what's that? Nope, that's, I've got a liner. A liner. It's all good. Actually, now I'm going to use this. So let's pop that straight. Like that. My phone only shows 2. Okay. Well, as I say, there's 24 now. Yay! Thank you, everyone. Right, okay, we're nearly there. We are nearly there. So we'll have done 4 cards from scratch, which isn't bad going. Right, okay, so let's, oh, I like these. These are yummy. So we'll have those, we'll have... I want to use this, but I don't know quite where. I might just underline you, our legendary. Don't think putting a tack just in front of the wheel is a frighteningly clever idea. So let's have them just there. I think that looks okay. Right, okay. Eyes down, we're nearly there. We have motorbikes for years and you had motorbikes for years and years. Wow. Don't you know that through mistakes, that's how we come up with new innovations? Absolutely, Deborah. you, I think is the word I'm looking for. So we've got our one really masculine card, the roses, the scene where we've gone petal pink, and the cut apart. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching. Let me just throw my bits away that are rubbish. And then I will flip the camera back up so I can do my proper goodbye. My desk looks like a bomb has landed in the middle of it, just for a change. Deborah likes the bike. Pam likes the cards. Excellent. Let me flip the camera up and to that one. That's what we want. So thank you very much for bearing with me. Thank you, Judith. Thank you, Shaz. Thank you, Steffi. The scene card's your fave. That one was just a lucky thing, really. Go for the pink. Just because you think it's pumpkin pie, go for the pink. Thank you, Inika. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Lorna. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Tina. Hello, Mary. You've been lurking. You're allowed to lurk. Hope you're keeping well. So anyway, thank you very much indeed. As I say, if you've enjoyed it, thumbs up, whether you're watching live or the replay. Remember that if you need any Stampin' Up products or want to take advantage of that amazing joining offer that we've got at the moment, time is running out on that. End of the month, and it's a short month and it's gone. Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Tina. So do make the most of that. If you want the links, they are below in the description bar for both my online store and join. I've got the wrong joining information there. I really ought to update it, but by the time I update it, I'll then have to flip it back. But yes, basically for £99 or €129, you can get £170 of product, and I can't remember what that is in euros. Anyway, lots more than usual. And then you can get the mini cut and emboss as an add-on if you would like, and instead of £59 it's £26. So yes, great time to join. Thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic rest of your day. I will be back recorded on Saturday with Simple Stamping Saturday, and I may do a live tomorrow unboxing. Let me see what my diary looks like tomorrow. It's not great, my diary for tomorrow, because we've got people coming over in the evening, but I will try and do a live unboxing tomorrow. Thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.